What's up, everybody? Brotrio here, and we are barely gonna make it, but we're gonna make it before the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield, doing a top 10 Pokemon from every generation. We're on Gen 6 now. We're almost there. 2 more videos left.
We got this.
So, we're gonna continue this Pokemon parade and get to the top 10 Pokemon from the Kalos region. Generation 6 of Pokemon is notable for 2 things. Well, 3 things, really. First 3D Pokemon, Mega Evolutions, and a new
roller
type.
skates! Oh.
And a new type! Fairy type. Now, Mega Evolutions were mainly older Pokemon, if not all older Pokemon, so none of them made this list, so they won't be mentioned much outside of this. However, we will be talking about at least one Fairy type, so look forward to that. But we are starting off the list with my favorite grass type of any Pokemon game, Go-Goat. I just love this little guy.
Go-Go's awesome.
He starts as a Skiddo. Skiddo's fine. He's cute, whatever. He's cool. But then he evolves into a giant-ass goat that you ride on in one section of the game. He probably would be...
I wish it was the whole game.
Yeah, we average the list is how this works. So I put him pretty close to the top. And they didn't. If you could ride Go-Goat anywhere and he was the only rideable Pokemon, I guarantee he would be up there.
One big surprise the Kalos region had was a good variety of fossil Pokemon. I love fossil Pokemon so much, but Water Rock gets real boring. And Aurorus came in and it was just awesome. Ice Rock is way better than I expected it to be.
Except for fighting.
Oof. Yeah, fighting.
Yeah, fighting type's gonna get you. Like, Amara is so adorable. Like, that's one of the cutest, like, first forms. And then it just turns into this glorious Brontosaurus sailboat Pokemon. Like,
sailboat.
Well, it's got a big sail on its back. Neck. And it's very, like, majestic and glorious. It's a very good, like...
It should have been a fairy type, in my opinion. Fairy Rock?
Oh, yeah.
It
does look like it should be fairy, but...
I just like the change of pace so much, because normally fossil types are just like, ooh, yeah, ooga booga, we're in your face, and we're badass, but not Aurorus. It was just like, they're pretty, like the Aurora Borealis. For me personally, my second favorite type is Poison. It's about strategy, it's about the long game, and it can bring the pain, albeit most likely slowly but surely.
When you're in a game about animals fighting each other, you are still the most cruel way to damage something, you know you're doing it right.
But one type I've always admired, but never been super hot on, was Dragon type. Like, I admire it because it can bring the pain for sure. There's no disputing that fact.
They murder everything but Ice and Fairy.
But if
and
you can
the defense is nuts. Like, they can take everything you have to throw at it.
But if you can bring the pain in the short game and the long game, holy shit! Dragalge is one of the best Pokemon from this generation. He's one of my favorite Dragon-type Pokemon because he's got the Poison type for status effects and all that stuff. He's got the Dragon type to just obliterate anything and everything. And then if they're hanging on by a thread from his one attack, Poison, and they go down seemingly in one turn, it's just awesome. He starts out as a cute little Skrelp and evolves into this weird... just algae monster that's also a dragon. Also kind of cool, we found out while researching for this video, it actually is a legitimate animal, not just a seahorse. It's like this seahorse made of algae looking thing. Here's a picture of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks just like Dragalge with less purple. But, yeah, Dragalge, I loved him. Right when I got a Skrelp, I had a feeling I should stick with this Pokemon, and I did, and he did not disappoint. Beat out Noivern for the dragon for this generation. So if y'all like Noivern, you can suck it, because Dragalge is better. There are two things fossils had never done before. One was give us the Tyrant Lizard, the T-Rex, in Pokemon. Like, what the hell? Why did that take so long?
About Arceus' damned time they gave us
and
one.
two, they never gave us a Dragon type. And Tyrant did both. Because he starts out as this cute little Tyrant, looks like the little baby T-Rex from
so much.
the Lost World, and then he evolves into this monster T-Rex dragon. Tyrantrum is an absolute beast. Rock Dragon, he is all defense and attack. Tyrantrum will just stop you in your tracks.
He'll stomp
you down and just... He's absolutely monstrous and horrifying. One of the most genuinely horrifying Pokemon if you were ever to stumble upon it. Fortunately, through the use of miracle bullshit science of Pokemon, we were able to behold this king of lizards with Tyrantrum, and one can only imagine how horrifying it was to see a herd of these threatening theropods roaming the landscape back in the past, because they truly were the king of the Pokemon lizards.
You don't even know my real name. I'm the Lizard King.
Generally, we love the regional birds here at Brotrio, but in my opinion, no regional bird has done it better than Talonflame. He's an awesome type, fire and flying. Not great against rock, but he'll kick the shit out of almost anything else you throw at him. And damn do I love fire types. I've said it multiple times, fire type is my favorite. Flying type's up there. So you put them together, you got that magic combination like Charizard, like Moltres. Very good type. He starts out as a cute little fletchling, turns into this kind of sleek, kind of cool looking middle evolution Fletchender, and then this badass like eagle, falcon, chicken looking thing, Talonflame. Oh my god, I love him so much. He's very powerful, he's very fast, and he, like Go-Goat, carried me through most of this game, even though I already had a fire type in Fennekin.
One of the most terrifying experiences you can have is getting lost in the woods. But in the Pokemon world, it gets even weirder because you might accidentally turn into a Phantom.
Pokemon world is secretly horrifying.
Like, yeah, nobody wants that. But if you do happen to be like running into Phantoms and stuff, there's a bright side. You can get a Trevenant. Trevenant is like one of the best ghost types, one of the best grass types.
There's a less bright side.
Yeah.
You can run into a Trevenant.
Yeah, that thing is straight up horrifying.
Yeah, like it.
This demon tree, just, oh my god.
Ghost types are just the scariest.
They really
They're
are.
bad. I mean, they're ghosts, so they should be.
Like
But damn.
I could not get enough of Trevenant. Like he was my number one pick for Pokemon of this generation.
For all of X and Y's glory that it brought us with Dragalge, Auroros, Tyrantrum, and everything, there were some duds in the bunch. Some Pokemon did not have the best designs, and one of them, I said early on, I don't like this stupid thing, was Honedge. And boy howdy did I eat it and got proven so wrong, because Honedge, Aaron stuck with him, and he evolved into a Doublade, and then eventually into the most glorious Royal Sword Pokemon, Aegislash. Aegislash is one of those Pokemon that he is just like stupidly powerful.
Oh,
With the King's Guard and the King's Sword like attack, my freaking god is Aegislash powerful. He's got best defense like ever with his King's Guard ability. So even if you lower his defense with like Growlers or something, it still stays there. Like he still can guard super well. He has this cool thing where he switches stances, so he'll guard on defense, and then he'll
the stance change.
Turn to the sword type and become like powerful attacker. Everything about Aegislash is so cool. He is a possessed like Royal Sword and Shield. I don't know why I didn't like it as a sword, but as a sword and a shield, I'm all about it. but damn it, as soon as Aaron showed me what Aegislash turned into, I went out, got a Hone Edge, and just ground it up into an Aegislash, and then I used that thing for the rest of my Pokemon career. It was glorious, and I loved him every minute of it. Before release, X and Y garnered a lot of criticism for adding in the new fabulous fairy types, because everyone was just like, oh, that's stupid. It's just a fairy. Why is it super effective against dragon?
It's gonna ruin the balance.
But it didn't. It gave Poison and Steel a good competitive edge. It balanced out dragon types by giving it a much needed weakness. It gave itself an immunity to dragon, so not only is it a weakness, it is a full-on just ignoring dragon.
Yeah, they don't mess with it. Dragon, they just walk right through that purple fire that the dragon shoot and punch it right in the face.
And there is no better fairy-type Pokemon than Sylveon. It's an evolution, so obviously it's good.
Need more.
Yeah.
Need one of every type. Come on, man.
But Sylveon has a really cool design. I really like how cute and cuddly he looks with his ribbons and everything, and it's not just like a basically gender specific look. Like, it could be a girl, it could be a boy. It's very well balanced for how they did Sylveon. The only thing,
the moon on you like Thanos.
The only thing about him that is kind of a caveat is to get him is a bitch and a half, because you have to get an Eevee and do that dumbass Pokemon of me until he's like your best friend. You gotta feed him all these little heart beans or whatever the hell it is, and this little dipshit has to know a fairy move in the first place. So you better hope you kept that stupid move, Baby Doll Eyes, or else you might be screwed out of a Sylveon. But it ended up being completely worth it, because my Sylveon, holy hell, did it carry me through this game, because I didn't like Chestnut, so I got rid of my starter. Sylveon took that place, and he just obliterated everything. It was glorious. I love X and Y, and 90% of that is because of Sylveon.
For a Pokemon to get this high on the list, they have to be something special. Such as being a lovable luchador named Hawlucha. Freaking Hawlucha, man.
I love Hawlucha.
He's so great. He's flying fighting. Sounds like an odd combo, but it totally works. And he has the only dual-type move in Pokemon history in Flying Press.
Yeah, it does fighting damage primarily, but also does flying damage. It's
Why?
crazy.
It's amazing.
Why Hawlucha, of all Pokemon, gets this gift?
Tiny little luchador bird.
Yeah, I don't know why him. It's not like he's even like a big deal in the lore or anything, but Hawlucha gets it, and I mean, he can get it, because Hawlucha is pretty powerful, he's pretty quick, and he is hilarious and adorable and kind of badass all at the same time.
There were several things that X and Y did just way above what we expected. The starters were not one of them.
I like Fennekin.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Fennekin was alright, Chestnut and them.
Chespin was okay.
I like Fennekin.
The ball was worse, and then Chestnut was the final nail in the coffin. You know, it's just like, you go in the box.
Same with Fennekin, second Fennekin, and Delphox. I don't even remember the second one's name. Just totally forgettable.
Yeah, and like Froakie, he was alright. I kind of liked him a little bit. And then second Froakie, I can't remember his name either.
Frogadier.
Frogadier, yeah, that sounds right.
He was worse.
Like, after he evolved into that, I was just like, wow, he's going in the box once he's in his third form. Nope.
Greninja. Holy shit!
They
Sleeper
awesome.
hit Pokemon.
Like, they nailed
awesome.
that. Like, first of all, Water Dark, awesome typing.
His tongue is a gross, slimy scarf.
His design is great. He works just as well in Smash Brothers as he does in Pokemon, as he does in Pokken Tournament.
And frogs and toads are like always really good, really cool Pokemon, like most of the time. So I thought they dropped the ball with Froakie. Turns out No, that bitch was a
No.
swan in waiting.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
thing the X and Y did that was cool was they gave each starter their own unique move, and
Oh man, Water
Shuriken is the best of that bunch as well, because Water Shuriken is freaking awesome. It hits multiple times, it's pretty strong for a multiple hitter too, and it's just, I mean, it's a shuriken made out of water. Much like the ninja he takes his name from and is based on, Greninja snuck his way into this #1 spot, because if he would have stayed with those stupid bubbles like Froakie and Frogadier, he would not be here. But Greninja lost that stuff. He got this sleek, cool design and got to be one of the most horrifying parts of Detective Pikachu. And that is one of the best things about Greninja, that he was just this, you know, kind of a mild-like presence as his earlier forms, and then blossomed into this cool badass that
Sweet
just
Smash Bros. Trailer too.
slinging water shurikens every which way, and that is why Greninja is #1. He has mass appeal with the fans. He's got this cool design, and he's pretty damn useful. Greninja is by far the best Pokemon in X and Y, and that is why he's at our #1 spot. So, that being said, that's what we thought about Pokemon X and Y. Those are our top 10s. Obviously, that's not everything, but I mean, it's almost an eighth of the new Pokemon added for X and Y because there's so little. But if your list is different, let us know in the comments who is your top 10. Why are they your top 10s? And what did you like about X and Y? What's the roller skates? I bet it wasn't. But we'll catch y'all next time when we do Sun and Moon and the Alola region.